Hi guys, Sam here at the International 2014 playoffs. I'm joined here by Ted, aka PyrionFlax. How's it going?
It's going really well. Did the noob streamcast today. A lot of stuff to work on with that, but we're getting there. We're going to get there.
So, what is the noob stream? Like, explain it in a nutshell.
Okay, so basically, I asked the Valve guys, we did one cast, and they were like, no, it was good, but we need some tweaking. So they gave us a list of things to do. And the way they pitched it was, imagine if you like games, you play games, but you've never played Dota, ever. So a lot of people that actually do play a lot of games have commented to me on Twitter saying, thank goodness, you know, you guys like Sunsfan and Purge did a really good job. And we're actually explaining how to play Dota to people who have no idea. So that's actually really challenging because I've spent the last 2.5 years trying to learn everything I can about it, and I've immediately got to forget it. You can't use any lingo. We don't cast the team fights the way you would normally, where you're like commenting on all the action and saying the items and stuff. Too much detail. So you've got to pare it right down. It's really difficult, but we'll get there.
How do you even keep up with the flow of the game? Like, trying to explain just like a basic mechanic, like, I imagine takes a fair amount of time. Do you find it hard to just keep up with the game?
Until you actually have to explain it, you suddenly realize that it's just like peeling back layers of complexity, because you're like, oh, they're pushing the base now, the lanes are pushed up. And you think, hang on a sec. So now we need to try and explain to people what the lanes are, because we hadn't covered that, what pushing means, what the creeps do, what the buildings are for, why they need to destroy these buildings, and the risks, and then backdoor protection is stuff like, okay. So we've come up with this monologue that we're going to do at the first 2 minutes, where we run through all that kind of shit. Stuff. Sorry.
We don't care.
Okay, well, all that kind of shit. Get that out the way. So we're like, okay, so these are the creeps, these are the buildings, this is the object of the game. Then we can refer back to that. If people join late, then I guess, you know, we'd never catch up. But we're meant to treat each game on an individual, brand new viewers basis. So there'll be like, we need to get it sort of pattered down that we can run through every game and just get through the basics and then build on that.
So what about during the draft? Do you tend to just explain every hero as they're coming through? In fact, are you guys clicking on the abilities and playing those videos?
That's absolutely what we're doing. And Valve actually said that we're some of the first people to ever use it for a cast, because in most of the casts you would never click on the button to show what a black hole looks like, because you assume your viewer knows. Whereas now we're like trying to use the actual tools, and of course a bunch of the newer heroes don't have the videos, so we tried to show the centaur ult, and it's just like a black video and nothing happens. We're like, okay, we'll come back to that in a bit. We'll come back to that. Just imagine a horse running around a lot. That's all you need to remember. And the problem we had with Enigma was Midnight Pulse and Black Hole look pretty similar to the casual eye. So Enigma casts Midnight Pulse, and I'm like, that's not a black hole. That's not a black hole. Don't panic. You know, it's like trying to, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So the draft is actually a really good time to run through the picks. But then you need to see the map to explain things like lanes and stuff like that. It is tricky. I'm going to watch the Purge and Sunsfan ones back and try and take some of the good stuff that they've done into our cast next time.
So are those the two combinations? It's you and Shane and Purge and Sunsfan doing that? Is there anyone else popping in on the Noobcast? Or?
Honestly, we were going to do that, but now that we've done it, I don't think it would work if we brought someone new in, because it's really hard to adapt to that quickly. And we had the first cast, we had some audio problems. Day one, always going to happen. The second one, we were still coming to terms with what we were meant to do. I mean, Purge teaches people how to play Dota for a living, right? So it's natural for him, and that was a good combination. It's going to be me, Shane, and Blitz, and then it's going to be Purge and Sunsfan. And we're going to rotate in and out. Those are the combos. We're going to have it down tomorrow. We're going to have a meeting today and figure it out. But I'm happy with how it went. I just know we can do a lot better.
Okay. So how's your Seattle experience been? When did you guys get here?
This is day, what is it, Tuesday?
I'm jet lagged. I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, I mean, like day one was just like, the flight was like really delayed, and the whole trouble with Fnatic's bags and everything like that.
Oh, Delta?
Yeah, I was with Delta. I know, incredible.
Oh, yeah, great airline.
Yeah, so we were delayed, and then I was kind of tired. So day two was pretty good. This is day three. Jet lag is starting to taper off a bit. So far, I mean, everyone I know in Dota is here, basically. So it's great. Really good to see everybody, and the players and stuff hang out. I like Seattle. I like going to the Valve office and hanging out. It's cool. So yeah, it's really good.
So I heard that you were actually kind of responsible for Fnatic getting on the plane. They ran into a situation. For those who don't know, they had problems saying the flight was overbooked. Well, I heard you almost got put on the no-fly list. What did you do?
So there were 12 empty seats on the plane and 12 people wanting to get on the plane. This took 2.5 hours to sort out. Simple mathematical problem. 12 people want to get on a plane, you have 12 seats. I mean, so after an hour, I'm like, I'm angry because of how stupid this is. So me and Hani, I said to Hani, dude, I'm going to go talk to the steward. He was like, go for it. So I went to the front, I talked to the steward, And she said, talk to the head steward. I was like, so I talked to the head steward, and he says, you better talk to the captain. I thought he was like taking the piss or whatever. So I was like, seriously? So he goes, yeah. So he knocks on the door, cockpit opens, and I'm standing at the end of the corridor like saying, captain? And he was like, get in here. So I had to stand in the cockpit.
You can go in the cockpit? I didn't think you could do that.
When the plane's on the ground, I think that's okay. So I had to explain what DotA was, what the international was, the prize pool at stake, and they couldn't believe it. They were like, that's just unbelievable. I was like, so here's the problem. And he says, Steve, can you go and sort this out? And the co-pilot gets up, gets off the plane, talks to the ticket people. 2 minutes later, everybody's on the plane. But then they lost their bags. So, a semi-happy ending.
Okay. So it's different this year. Obviously, everyone's on site for the playoffs, which means you're going to be here for like almost. I mean, when do you leave? It's almost like 3 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks. It's crazy. I mean, this is the longest I've been away from my kids ever. So it's going to be tough. Like the first few days, you don't really notice because it's just kind of refreshing to be away. But then after about 10 days, you get really, really miss them a lot. But we're going to be so busy. That's good. So I'm going to be kept really busy. We've got the playoffs until what, the 16th or the 14th or 15th something, and then a little break, and then it's just like the full 4 or 5 day just blam, like all the games. It's going to be really hectic, but I'm looking forward to it.
So speaking of the mini flaxes, who's looking after the pair?
A combination of my mum and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, and Mrs. Flax as usual, of course, and school. Thank God for school. Yeah.
So in terms of like the, I guess you guys are going to be doing the news stream from all the way up until the end. Will you be casting at the main event, the news stream?
Yeah, absolutely. The plan is to have, obviously, we're not going to be anywhere near the main stage, just like the main stage casters. But as I understand it, we're going to be casting in the key arena, the noob cast, because this is the weird thing is we were thinking we will build an understanding among the people watching the noob stream, and then we can relate back to that. But if you think about it, there'll be more people watching as we get closer to the main event. So every single noob stream, we have to treat it as a whole new bunch of people new to Dota and start it from scratch. So it's actually getting sort of repetitious towards that point, but I figure by then we'll have it down, no problem.
So you recently joined the Yogscast guys. What's the plan with those? Are you kind of like their Dota official guy now, or are you just like at video content in general?
Well, first of all, I'm not like a member of the Yogscast, but they have like a family of channels that they're related with, they make videos with, so I'm not contractually like linked to them at all, although that's a potential thing down the line for sure. But at the moment, what I'm doing is they play a lot of Dota. They love it. And they like my channel, and we get on really well. So we're just making stuff together as and when. And the fun thing is because they've got so many other guys making videos, and they all know what they're doing, if you like some of them, you say, hey, do you want to play so-and-so? It's like, yeah, cool. And then you make a video with some guy with 5 million subs or whatever. It's like, this is perfect for me. I mean, what are you getting out of it? It's like, seriously, but it's just a new person, new blood, new opinions and stuff, so it works for both of us really. But that's the plan at the moment, just keep making content with them. They're really fun guys and I really like them, so hopefully, more videos.
Did you ever see it going this way? I mean, you started off Dota 2 as doing your hero guide videos, the British comedy edge on the, and now you're here at a $10 million tournament, $10.5 million tournament as one of the main production guys. So like, did you ever expect that?
No, I mean that would be stupid to say I did. It's just, I mean every time that someone from Valve or a big company gets in touch with me, I just think, like, when is this going to come crashing down? And someone's just going to say, wait a minute, this guy's an idiot. What are we doing? So at the moment, I'm just having fun. Like, every single event that I do, everything that I come to like this, I enjoy it as much as I can. I try and do as professional a job as I can and just hope it continues for as long as possible because it's just great fun. Just so much fun.
So for the fans at home, I know you've started the second series of PyrionFlax in the morning. Donning the white robe as usual, and what's else is in the future for your channel?
Well, the thing is, like, the Yogscast guys were like, the key is to grow in your YouTube channel is you put out a video every day, consistency, right? So I thought, well, for TI4, how am I going to put out a video every day when I don't have access to like Premiere or like the game, like I can't record? So the whole PyrionFlax in the morning thing was just, I thought, this is good because people like to check in, they like an update, they love news, and I'd like to put out more videos. So for the plan at the moment is to keep doing that and then just when I get back, there's like 5 or 6 games I want to make videos for. It's just a question of time. Like as TI4 approaches, it's like this behemoth that you just think, I can't think about anything else. Once it's over, I'll just be freewheeling. I'll just be able to make videos about whatever I like. So just keep doing the YouTube stuff, keep doing stuff like this. And yeah, that's it. Just hope the UK scene gets bigger. That's kind of part of it, but there's a lot of challenges with that. So yeah.
Speaking of the UK scene, is there anything on the horizon for yourself?
There was. Sadly, that's now been cancelled, so we'll have to see. There's always events, but no major ones. It's a real shame.
What about the Gfinity guys? Are they kind of...
Yeah, no comment.
Okay. And looking at the main event, do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite team here, or like in your heart, who do you want to win, and realistically, who do you think will win?
Okay. I mean, realistically, I think there's like 5 or 6 teams that you could legitimately say potential champions. Like if they perform, or if they have a bit of luck, or if the other team perhaps doesn't get the draft they want or something like that. There's like 5 or 6 teams that could win the whole thing. It's really up in the air. In terms of favorites, like I hang out with the Team Liquid guys more than any other team probably, and Na'Vi as well, and Alliance. But I said of those, like I couldn't pick from those 3. But Liquid I think is a great story the further they go, because they're not like Alliance and Na'Vi. You know, they're not the kind of team that's been there and won everything. So the further they go, the better I feel for them. But generally, I just want good games.
All right. Liquid, obviously they've now sealed the last spot here at the International. Were you a bit worried about them going into the wild cards?
Honestly, I didn't really have a favorite in between MVP Phoenix and Liquid, because I thought either way, if Liquid go through, great. If Phoenix go through, I think that would be good for Dota and Korean Dota. I think we needed a Korean team. I really would have liked to see a Korean team, but that's a shame for them, because the fans were loving it already. Like the Korean casters are so good, and it would have been a fantastic story to get them in. They didn't make it, but I think the right team went through. I think Team Liquid probably played best overall. They didn't drop a game in the wildcards, so they deserve to win it. And yeah, good luck to them.
Okay then. It's been a long day. I'm feeling rough, so I'm going to wrap it up. But before I do, there's probably plenty of fans out there you want to send a shout out to.
Yeah, I'd like to just say, like, the people who've come up and said hi to me so far, that's great. It's great talking to you guys. The people on Twitter, keep the comments and the suggestions coming. Hashtag new to Dota. If you're new to Dota, go ahead and get some questions in there. We'll answer them on the stream. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Okay, thanks, Ted.